How you doing? My name's Matt, DJ Format, and I'm something of a DJ, producer, record digger, and enthusiastic music lover.
Here I go again, on the road again, filling up the gas tank, hit the bank, so I got it.
I started collecting rap 45s or rap 7 inches, probably more of an accidental thing when I was like 15, something like that, in the late 80s, and you know, you could go into Asda or Woolworths, as we used to have, and you could get those kind of records super cheap. You know, the Public Enemy, the De La Soul, even some of the cold chilling stuff, you know, Big Daddy Kane. Yeah, it was just a case of not having much money at that age, and that's where it started. But I didn't really want those records. You know, I wanted the US import 12 inches, but I couldn't afford to do that back then. The late 90s or early 2000s, I was in Toronto, and I found quite a big batch of sort of US rap 45s, and some of them were really good ones that I just couldn't believe existed, you know, like Slick Rick, Children's Story, and you know, stuff like that, where you're just like, wow, okay, that's kind of more than I was expecting, and it just sort of sparked something off, and that's when the addiction kicked in, and the collector in you just takes it to a whole other level.
And let's dig into every nook and every cranny, because now it's time to get paid.
My favourite current break is, a lot of people ask me about this when I play it, but I've got a really crazy kind of funky rock version of Apache. Fortunately, I can't remember the name of the group right now, but if I could, maybe I wouldn't want to reveal it. Yeah, I do enjoy playing, you know, a lot of the classic breaks that, you know, people know and love from the birth of hip hop. You know, things like Jimmy Castor Bunch's Just Begun and Yellow Sunshine, Billy Squier, Big Beat, you know, things like that. They're classic records, everyone knows them, and for anyone that's in the club, of course, it's just music. It doesn't matter what you're playing it on, but for the few nerds like us, the like-minded weirdos, you know, that are clocking the fact that, hang on a minute, he's playing all of these on 7-inch, you know, that's when it gets a little bit crazy. I pretty much started, like a lot of people, you know, collecting records without really having much of a budget, and typically hitting charity shops and definitely car boot sales at the weekends. And then as things have progressed, especially the last few years, it's almost gone so extreme that it's hard to find a record shop with genuinely interesting records still sitting in there. It's almost like anything good just goes the day that it arrives, you know, because there's so many people looking for the same things. So you do find yourself having to do a lot of shopping on the internet. And it's easy to moan about it, because I do miss the good old days, but with the internet, you've got access to records that you never would have found in a lifetime of digging. I think 10 years ago I was getting a little bit, you know, moany about the internet, but you've just got to learn to embrace it.
What y'all mad about? I might have to air you out. Angry birds tweeting angry words, beats banging, I'm hanging them seeds when slang is heard. Fangs to murder my fine feathers.
Top 5 hip-hop 45s that I own and play out. The French pressing of Jungle Brothers, I'll House You, because it has On the Run on the B-side, which is my favourite Jungle Brothers 45. Black Rock and Ron, B-side is Getting Large. Funky 4+1, that's the joint. UK, I don't believe it was released in the US, but certainly I've got the UK 45 of that one. Curtis Blow, Do the Do, it's on a Brazilian, well, I was going to say 45, it's on a Brazilian 7-inch, actually plays at 33 like all the Brazilian stuff. And one more. What have I got in the box? From childhood, then probably Big Daddy Kane, Wrath of Kane. Over the last year, I've been a little bit slow on the production tip, and just sort of concentrating more on digging and DJing. So I'm hoping to kind of get back in the studio once the inspiration, you know, kicks back in. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm just enjoying travelling around lovely places like this, digging, spinning a few records, and yeah, just absolutely loving what I do. So long may it continue.
Styles out to kill a mockingbird, gimmicky mimicking fake ass liar bird. My rhyme is a blowtorch, turn rappers to firebirds. Try to spit